the difference between a Realcare baby and a Realcare Reborn Hybrid. So this baby that I'm holding in my hands is a Realcare baby. So this doll is quite hard and stiff. Her arms and legs do move, but they're still hard vinyl kind of thing. And she has a hard torso in the middle as well. That's my puppy. Hello. No, you can't. Off you go. Go on. Her head does swivel from side to side. And also it can fall backwards, which will cause the head support fail. So here's it normal, and this is it falling backwards. So if she was on, that would cause her to start screaming because she has had her head dropped and it wasn't supported properly, so she's hurt, she's upset. So she is anatomically correct, so you know she's a girl. And I will show you her hard torso. So this is what she looks like all the way around. She's got a nice big speaker in the front, and she's like a hard torso. She's weighted as well, so she's weighted to feel just like a real baby. And I feel like these are perfect for in schools because these dolls get taken home by like hundreds of students, like hundreds. And they take them for a night or for a weekend or a week or for however long that the teachers assign these students the babies, and we have to care for them. And there has to be times where these teenagers get frustrated with them. So there's no way they could have rooted hair or anything because it would just get damaged and fall out. I just feel like the painted hair works really well on these for the wear and tear and going through so many students. If you don't know, I love these babies and I love the whole reason that they were made, like to help prevent teenage pregnancy and to help just show young kids or young teens what it's actually like to have a real baby. Because yeah, cool, they're fun to dress up and put them in cute little outfits and you know, all of that stuff, but they do still cry at night and wake you up. And you know, you've got to support their head, and for the Realcare 3s you need to dress them in the appropriate outfits. So I definitely love these for all those reasons. And this here is a reborn baby. So a reborn baby is painted realistically to look like a real baby. So he has painted hair. You can get them with rooted hair as well, but he's got painted hair, and he has the hard vinyl limbs and head and legs, but he has a soft, squishy torso. Oh, I was going to show his belly, but he's got a onesie on. But you can see how his head's floppy, and you can see that he is squishy to hold. So that is a reborn baby. They're more realistic, but they don't do anything. They just sit there and look pretty. And they're nice and cuddly as well. So that's the difference between the Realcare and the Reborns. Because I am me, I decided that I wanted a Realcare and a Reborn together. Now I'm not claiming that I'm the first person to do it because other people have done it. But quite a few years ago, basically, an artist and I, who I would say is a friend of mine, we kind of got together and we were like, wow, how do we do this? We literally just like unpicked the back of a reborn body and just like shoved a box inside. And it was just, it was very temperamental. We like placed the sensor in the baby's head when we should have glued it. I don't know why we didn't, but I think maybe because in case you wanted to take it out of that baby, then you could put it into another baby. But yes, so that happened. That's a real thing. And from there, I made the Gen 6 versions of the hybrids, and now I've started making the 2+, or well, you could say the 2+, and the 3 versions, because they're all the same box shape. They just have slightly different functions. So he's still nice and floppy, and he has a soft front of him, a soft torso at the front, and then in the back, he has a Realcare box. So this part is hard, but it's squishy on the sides and on the front. So when you hold him like this, You kind of feel the back of his arm and maybe like the corner of the box, but it really isn't, it's very different to hold compared to this baby. Like this is just very hard, where he feels so much more realistic. So I've worked out a few little cool things to make them. I've posted a video of the first time I've made them. I have adjusted the way every time I make one. I'm learning new things and I'm really enjoying just working it out. And I'm just enjoying making them and I guess giving people things in life that they may not have been able to have before. So having something that looks just like a real baby and acts just like a real baby is like the closest thing that some people will get to a baby, and I really enjoy doing that. It's a really nice thing. So let's get into his functions and show how he works. So here he is, and he has all of his items that are made for him. Here is the ID, so you need to chime this every single time that he cries to show that you're there. So this part is used in schools. It's normally attached to the student's wrist, so they have to look after the baby and can't go out with their friends for the weekend and leave it at home with someone else to look after. I have the controller. I'm just going to use the controller because I'm filming where I am, but normally you would get like a little X stick when I sell them. I sell them with a little X stick. You plug that into a computer, you download the software, and you can program the baby for whatever schedule you want. And also you could do demos or tests or whatever on the babies. I just want to let you know, if you for any reason update the baby, you can lose the sleeping function. So I don't update them for that reason, but if you do update the baby, you will lose the sleeping function, and there's nothing I can do about that, or anyone can do about that. So just want to put that out there. The next thing is a dummy. He doesn't take a proper dummy, but I use this ear putty. It's like I think it's a silicone ear putty. I know lots of people say to not put silicone on vinyl, but I have never had a reaction, and I've been doing this for years. So I just like stick it on kind of like blue tack, and it doesn't leave any residue or anything. So that's that. It's not a special feature, although you can add a magnet to the dummy and then use the silicone putty feature and use the dummy to feed the baby instead of a bottle. Next we have his nappy. So this one has the yellow patch in it, and the one he's wearing will have a green patch. These are special items that you need to change over each time, so from the yellow to the green, green to the yellow, so that he knows that his nappy has been changed. Last thing is his bottle. It has a special sensor in the end, or a magnet in the end, so that he knows that he is being fed his bottle. Just quickly, when you feed his bottle, you can't prop the bottle and you can't sit dead still, so you have to rock him and feed him. Otherwise he thinks that you've just propped the bottle and you're not actively feeding him. He thinks that maybe he's in his car seat and you're just holding the bottle to his lips, or I've seen people sit so dead still when they're feeding the baby that he thinks that he's not being held. So you just have to rock. Even if it's just like once every 5 or 10 seconds, just move the baby so that he knows that he's getting the correct care and he's being moved and being fed. I'm going to do a demonstration from the controller, so I'm just going to go through each item and show you the care events. Now, when you ID each baby, they're going to have a different place that they ID. So his, I believe, is changed. I moved it around. I can't remember if it's at the front or at the sides. But the newer ones that I've been making are usually IDing on the side here. And then you can either do, I think they might ID at the front, but I'm not sure, but at least at the bum on either side. So it's kind of the front 2 shoulders, or even the back 2 shoulders, or the bum on each side. Also, don't wave the ID around. Just like hold it in a spot, give it a chance to recognize that that the ID is there. If not, you can take it away and try somewhere else. Let's try feeding. Okay, so I had to go to the side a little bit. If your baby's ID isn't working, make sure that it's programmed. This is the number on here. So this is the number that you're going to need to program to the baby so that they know that this is the ID coded to them. Okay, see how I just went down a little bit? Oh no. Oh, okay. See, sometimes they get that thing where they want to be moved. Alright, so remember we're going to rock him and feed him. And I'll show you the bottle. Oh, it was only 30 seconds. Let's do the feed again. Why are you being so cranky? Oh, it feels like it's moved down here. Oh, your ID is like that, isn't it? Okay, I see it now. I can feel it. It's like from here to here. So this one's halfway down. Okay. So this one is directly on his lips. I try so hard to get their sensors directly on their lips, but it can be challenging. So if you want to feed like that, or if you want to squish the bottle to make it look more realistic, you can squish the bottle down. It's a little tricky, but yes, remember to do the rocking. Now I'm doing burp, so I'm just going to try in the middle. It works in the middle. Let's try and ID him in the middle then. No, come to the side. Oh, it works perfect, just like in the side. When you know where the spot is for the ID, then it's a lot easier. Okay, we want to burp him. So he just needs to have kind of motion. You can hear his little bells and whatever in him making noises. Hear the little... I think it's actually a spring. You just keep going with that. I don't know if it will work on the front. Yeah, it's working on the front. But I don't think this is going to work. Oh! Actually, I wonder if you're still moving him. It should be okay. Isn't that the cutest sound you've ever heard? That's my favourite sound that they make. Now we're going to do nappy change. Hear the cough. That one. Normal nappy change, you know how to do this one. That was the green patch. And we're going for the yellow patch. So it's really a matter of getting the sensor in the correct spot. The sensors are like a long tube shape thing. So they basically sense the best on the end of them, but they've got like a decent proximity. So you know that the nappy change is going all good and dandy when the sensor has been found and they've located each other, and then you can complete the nappy change. Now it's rocking. Let's try the ID at the front. It worked so quickly because it's literally right there. I just moved it. Oh, he thinks he's being rocked. Let's let him cry. Alright, we'll pick him up because I want you to hear the right sound. So that's the correct sound to hear. And when he's done with a rock, he will coo. So this is happy. So he can literally just coo randomly at any time, and just to let you know he's awake. So there's also an awake for the demonstration, which I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with this. So I tried to just put him on his side and he didn't cry or react. But what I did do is hold him upside down and he did react. So this is a wrong position. They don't like to be held upside down. Oh, I don't think I've ever held a baby one of these upside down for that long, to be fair. So they will just cough and splutter and be really upset, and you'll get a wrong position. With the Realcare 2+ or the 3, then usually you have the software so you can tell when they're supposed to be on or not. So I don't think there's any real reason to be hanging your baby upside down, unless I guess you're trying to show someone else that it cries or something. The next thing that I have to show is asleep. I'm not sure if that's registering, but it's so quiet. It's just like a little breathing sound. And that means that Bubby is asleep. Now remember what I told you before. If the baby gets upgraded or updated to a certain point, they will lose their function of sleep. So I have never updated a baby since I found that out, because I want to keep the sleep function. The next sound they can randomly make is a cough. So they can just be sitting there and cough. So that's perfectly normal, one cough like that. That doesn't mean that anything's wrong with them. Next is fussy. There's nothing you can do about this, but you just ID the baby and just let them cry it through. You also know that it's a fussy cry because it doesn't get loud and screamy. Something smells funny. Class is over there sighing. Class is my dog, if you don't know. So exactly how it stopped just then, it literally just cuts off. There's no coo. The next thing that's coming up on the controller to test is head support. Now head support is not a function of the hybrid Realcare Reborn babies. It's just too big of a module or too big of a part to get into a Reborn, in my opinion, that is the correct size for the simulation. So as far as I'm aware, the simulation is for a newborn baby or up to a few weeks old. So that's still really a newborn baby. So I honestly think that the size baby would have to be like, to fit comfortably, like maybe 22, 23 inches, because I know that like 20 and 21, like I think he's 21 inches. Like he wears 0 to 3 month clothing and I feel like it fits in him so well. They're my favorite size to do the hybrids with. I used to always try and do newborn and I feel like the boxes are just too squishy in them. So I'm thinking the baby's going to have to be 2 noughts or 1 nought, and for the crying and stuff I just don't feel like that's realistic just for the head support function. So that part I haven't really tried to work out. I'm not really bothered about it because I feel like you don't do it for the head support function. Although it is like a fun little addition. The last thing is rough handling. So this one sucks. Basically, if the baby's hit too hard, he will scream. Like, scream. So it would have to be from the back because there's so much padding in the front. So I'm just going to give a really big hit and he's going to scream. I told you. ID him. And rock him. You can hear he kind of calms down. Alrighty, that is everything to know about a hybrid Realcare Reborn baby. I feel like little Huxley here is almost going to get sold very soon. He's cute, but like, I don't know, I'm undecided. Maybe another one will come my way. Maybe I'll make another one and like it and then sell him. But either way, I sell these on my Facebook page. If you're interested in getting a Realcare Reborn Hybrid, I sell them on my Facebook page, ShellBell's Creations. They're from around $1,500 to around $2,000-ish, depending on the baby and just the parts, all of that stuff. Whoops, I touched your dummy, sorry. And that price is Australian dollars, and if you want me to ship overseas, you'll have to pay postage on top of the baby as well, just because of the prices of postage. It's pretty expensive to post overseas. But usually I'm willing to come to some sort of conclusion, and I'm also willing to do like a deal for babies paid in full. So if you're interested, head on over to ShellBell's Creations. I also sell accessories for Realcare babies. I sell parts and bits and pieces. If you need any help finding bits and pieces, message me and I'll see what I can do to help you. I sometimes even have Realcares up for sale, and if you can't quite afford a hybrid like this one, I do cheaper options, which is a reborn with a baby sit me box or other kind of boxes that make baby noises in them. So this little guy here is a reborn baby doll, and he has a baby sit me box inside of him. So basically, if you turn him around and take his nappy off, on his butt cheek is this little hole with a cord poking out. So this lead goes inside of his body, and there's a little baby sit me box in there. So what you do is you put the battery on, put the battery in his nappy and do his nappy up. And then you connect your phone on the Baby Sit Me app to the Bluetooth speaker in the baby. This makes all of the Baby Sit Me app noises come out of your baby. So how the Baby Sit Me app works, as a really quick summary, there's other videos on my channel if you want to see, or we have a Facebook page if you want to join and ask questions. I will put that here. So basically what the app does is it will cry, which means that your baby will cry, because it's connected to the speaker inside. And then you can see what the baby wants when you check your phone. You can read what your phone says, so it'll say whatever your baby's name is needs a feed or a bottle or whatever it is. And then you go and get the baby's bottle and you feed him, or you give him a nappy change or whatever care event he needs or she needs. Doesn't need to have a sensor in it, but you would just, let's just say it cries and baby needs a bottle, so you would just pretend to give baby a bottle. There aren't any sounds, but it is still nice that it kind of gives the baby their own mind. If you really like this Bubby boy, he's up for sale. He's on my Facebook page, ShellBell's Creations. I also have a little girl that has the Babysit Me box in her. And if you would like some more information about the Babysit Me box being installed into a baby, I have some other videos on it, but I would love to do a demo where it's actually installed into a baby. So I will be posting a video of that very soon. I hope that this video of explaining what a Realcare Reborn Hybrid baby doll was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. I will also be making a video on the Babysit Me boxes installed into babies so that you can choose what is best for you and what fits your budget most. If you want one of the Babysit Me boxes installed into your babies, I also sell those separately, and you are so welcome to install them into your own baby, or you could even put them in the nappy so you can use them with multiple babies. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.
These moments with you, these moments.